Parents kicked me out at 18 but demanded I keep paying family rent until the IRS found their fraud. I remember the night I turned 18 not with joy, but with a suitcase. My mom handed it to me without meeting my eyes. My dad stood by the door, arms crossed. "You're an adult now. Time to pull your weight, or leave," he said flatly. I was stunned. No cake. No hugs. Just eviction papers disguised as adulthood. I had just graduated high school 2 weeks prior. No job, no car, no savings. My parents had always been strict, but I thought they'd at least help me get on my feet. Instead, they kicked me out and added one last cruel twist. They told me I still had to send them $300 every month. Family rent, they called it. "We raised you, now you pay it forward." I didn't even get to keep my childhood bedroom. At first, I thought they were struggling financially. So I took a job at a fast food place and crashed on a friend's couch. I ate once a day to save money and sent them the $300 every month without fail. I told myself it was the least I could do. Maybe this was just their way of teaching me responsibility. But months passed, and I started noticing things. My mom posted pictures on Facebook of her new designer handbag. My dad bragged online about their anniversary trip to Cancun. Meanwhile, I was rationing shampoo and crying myself to sleep on a pull-out mattress. Something didn't add up. Then came the phone call. It was from the IRS. "We're conducting a routine investigation," the woman said. "Your name came up in some suspicious tax filings." My stomach dropped. "What do you mean?" I asked. Turns out, my parents had been claiming me as a dependent on their taxes, even after they kicked me out. Worse, they listed my rent payments as income to cover up other fraudulent activity. For years, they had been manipulating paperwork to receive child tax credits and housing subsidies they no longer qualified for. I was in shock. The people who were supposed to protect me had not only abandoned me, they had used me. Legally. The IRS agent was kind. She explained that I wasn't in trouble, but they needed my statement to finalize their audit. I gave them everything, bank statements, texts, even voice messages from my dad demanding payments. 2 months later, my parents were charged with tax fraud. I didn't feel victorious. I felt empty. They tried calling me, crying on voicemail, begging for forgiveness. "We did it for the family," my mom sobbed. But they hadn't thought of family when they left me homeless. I moved in with a coworker, a woman named Janet who had overheard me crying during a lunch break. She was in her 50s, a single mom with grown kids, and she had this warmth that felt like sunlight after years in the cold. "You don't owe anyone rent to be loved," she told me, handing me a spare key. Janet's kindness was like a lifeline. She helped me open a savings account, taught me how to meal prep, even practiced job interviews with me at the kitchen table. One night, after we watched a movie, she said, "You're not broken. You were just born into the wrong hands." I cried harder than I had in months. Not because I was sad, but because for the first time, I felt seen. Over the next year, things slowly changed. I got a better job at a tech repair shop. I took night classes at the local community college. I still sent my parents birthday cards, but I stopped apologizing for their choices. The biggest shift came when I volunteered for a youth shelter. I met teenagers who had been through worse: abuse, addiction, abandonment. One boy reminded me of myself at 18, scared and lost. I told him, the world doesn't end just because someone walks out on you. Sometimes it begins. He smiled. No one ever told me that before. Neither had anyone told me. But now I knew. Janet came to my college graduation 3 years later, beaming like a proud mom. She held my hand tightly and whispered, "I knew you'd make it." Looking back, I don't carry hate for my parents anymore. Just distance. I've learned that family isn't who raises you, it's who shows up when life falls apart. And sometimes, the greatest act of love isn't blood. It's a stranger who hands you a key and says, "You're safe here. No matter where you come from, you can choose where you go next."